Hello, listeners. The Esoteric Order will be taking a break for the next couple weeks from our Horror on the Orient Express campaign. In the meantime, we hope to bring you some sessions of our ongoing duet chronicle of Hunter the Vigil. As a special holiday treat, we'll be kicking that off with a recording of Des and I as we sat down to update her character and go over the rules changes as we shift from the classic World of Darkness system to the new Chronicles of Darkness. So if listening to us muddling our way through an edition update sounds like fun holiday listening for you, we hope you enjoy. Actual game sessions will be following shortly. Okay.
So you got some music.
I got some music by popular demand.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Okay. So talk about why you want to change everything up and make everything different.
Yeah, make everything harder.
No. I said different. I didn't say harder.
Right, so we've been on a little bit of a break. This is partly due to illness, but...
it's not a break.
What, break is a positive connotation for you?
A break is like a mutual agreement that we're not doing something.
We were on a break.
Isn't that like a Friends thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, fine.
I've seen like 5 episodes of Friends. Like I could count on one hand.
Yeah.
It's weird. It just passed me by.
It did. Well, no one ever told you life was going to be this way. All right, so basically we've been on a hiatus, I guess. A hiatus enforced by...
Yeah, you.
Well, yes.
You've been sick and you're dealing with work.
And also a heavy workload. And also...
Oh.
Sort of...
taken under advisement.
Right. Sort of... I don't know what you would call it. A vague dissatisfaction with the old World of Darkness system.
From who?
From both of us, I think. I mean, in the last session, you were like, I really hate that ones cancel out successes. You know?
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Because then if you have me add more dice, I'm annoyed because I'm like, it'll probably be a 1. And it'll cancel out any successes I have, so why add more dice to the pool?
Right. Even though you can find, spreadsheets online that show that's not the case, nonetheless...
Who's making spreadsheets about this?
Don't ask questions.
Got too much time on their hands.
Don't call up that which you cannot put back down.
All right.
So anyway.
Vague dissatisfaction.
The system. There was some discussion amongst our August listeners.
Oh, yes.
In regards to the new World of Darkness system, which is now branded the Chronicles of Darkness. That we might want to check that out. So that's basically what we're going to do. We're gonna give the Chronicles of Darkness a little test run. If we like it, then when we return to Vampire, we will continue to use it. Yeah. Although it will still be Vampire the Masquerade. It will not be Vampire the Requiem.
No.
But we'll be using
what's the difference between going with Requiem instead of Masquerade?
Just lore, basically. The lore is different, and I don't want to get away from
No.
We've established that would be a retcon of epic proportions, actually.
No.
Although, interestingly, although they cut the number of clans down to 5. But then there's a bunch of bloodlines, so that's how it kind of creates differentiations.
Is Gangrel still one of the
Gangrel is one of the clans.
Fuck yes.
They made the cut.
Hell yeah.
And in fact, they're the least changed, because even the clans that came through, a lot of times they're like kind of different. But Gangrel, even though it's like Ventru, it's like, yeah, well, they're not really, So anyway,
no,
but Gangrel are basically, because I was looking at, there's a translation guide, so you can convert between Masquerade and Requiem, or from Requiem to Masquerade, and the conversion guide was basically like, yeah, it's pretty much the same.
That's funny. So let's say we go through Aaron's second chronicle, and we will go through his third chronicle.
The trilogy.
You better not kill him. And
yeah, I'm just a cipher through.
You're just telling the story.
That's right. I'm just asking questions.
So if he has a third chronicle, Like, okay, so would that trilogy, the trilogy of trilogies? It's like the ring cycle.
Wait, you want 3 trilogies? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said no. I mean, like, oh yeah.
That's very.
Like I said, the ring cycle.
That's very like Russian fairy tale.
Well, it's actually what I just said. The ring cycle.
Right.
Don't make me say it one more time.
Oh. The Nibelungen.
Yeah. Not that we should be summoning any of that. So let's set that aside.
Listen, I think Wagner has been.
Oh, don't shut up. We're getting deeper into the world of darkness.
Off the subject. We're gonna start LARPing the world of darkness pretty soon.
You're getting off the subject.
All right. So anyway, so we're gonna.
Wait. So I'm saying like.
Oh, right. You're fantasizing about your trilogies. Okay, go on.
Fantasizing. So we have the first chronicle. Let's say he has 3 chronicles as Vampire the Masquerade. Let's say he survives. Can you imagine? And then, so could we move into Requiem? We'd have to...
It's completely different. Basically,
really?
Yeah. It's a totally different thing. And, I mean, it's fine. It's fine on its own merits. Before I even ran the first chronicle, I heavily weighed between the two. And I very nearly went with Requiem, actually. But I decided to go with Masquerade just because I had a bit more familiarity with that lore. Such as it was, whereas I had like 0 familiarity with the Requiem lore, so I just didn't want to like add to my workload.
All right, I get it.
But Requiem's cool because it's like it divorces itself from any kind of like set mythology. Like it's much more mysterious. New World of Darkness, Chronicles of Darkness, whatever you want to call it, in general, has kind of a more localized feel. It's less global.
Okay.
Right. Whereas like Old World of Darkness, Vampire the Masquerade, it's like, vampires did all this shit. They're causing all these things to happen in history, and they have these world-spanning conspiracies.
But
and all this stuff,
I want Brunhilde to make an appearance.
Sure. But the focus of Requiem is much more localized. But we're sticking with Masquerade, so we're still going to have our global, level of things. So, anyways, sure. So basically, we've got Chronicles of Darkness here.
Okay, and we're going to work on it through Amy's chronicle.
That's right. So we're going to do some updating here.
Okay.
So that was actually another selling point, was that with the New World of Darkness, they recontextualize all the old games. So Vampire the Masquerade becomes Vampire the Requiem. Werewolf the Apocalypse becomes Werewolf the Forsaken. And so, as I believe I mentioned to you before, there was a Hunter game in the Old World of Darkness that a lot of people don't like. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't really have any familiarity with it. I've just heard that it's, kind of crap, basically.
Okay.
But the recontextualization of Hunter the Reckoning is Hunter the Vigil. And we'll get to that in a second.
What about Demon Hunter X? Okay, Hunter the
Vigil, which people seem to like a lot.
Better than Reckoning?
Yes. Okay. And because it's... The thing I didn't like about Reckoning is that it was like people just get these wham, ooh, you've got superpowers now, and it was like... It was kind of divorced from their worldview or their morality. Whereas Hunter the Vigil is much more like Hunter's Hunted in that it's about people who actually consciously dedicate their lives to hunting monsters. But it has more kind of systemic backup and material for me to play with as a storyteller.
Okay.
Versus Hunter's Hunted, which was, it's a supplement to Vampire the Masquerade, so it's very much more loosey-goosey, I think. So, the first thing to say is that we will be occasionally calling it Hunter the Vigil. Do you want to explain that?
Oh, I want to explain it? So, we live in New Mexico, as some of you may have heard.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of, there's Hispanic heritage based on the conquistadors who came through and colonized the fuck out of this place, but not without a lot of indigenous resistance and continued resistance to this day.
Duly noted.
All that set aside, there's a lot of Spanish surnames.
Right.
And what
traditional, like family names going back 400 years.
Yeah, we're talking all the way back to day one of that bullshit. So, Valdez being one of them, but I'm not from here. So, I'm from the California Valdezes.
Please. Completely different branch of the family.
And so anyway, so there's a lot of, Hispanic surnames. There being Garcia, Martinez, there's Trujillo, there's a bunch. One of those being Vigil, which is Vigil.
That's right.
But everyone pronounces it Vigil. There's also Baca.
Yes, from Cabeza de Vaca.
Yes, and there's I'm trying to think of one other one that's very common. Baca, Trujillo.
Yeah. You said Garcia.
I said Garcia. I went there. There's one more.
I have a feeling you're right. But anyway, we'll move on.
Gallegos. Anyway, a lot of Spanish surnames.
But yes, there's Vigil. And so one sees this in newspapers, on TV.
At first, when you're adjusting, you're like, Vigil.
Vigil. Like there was a news reporter named Joe Vigil.
But in California, I had a teacher in high school named Mr. Vigil.
Oh, did you? And it was Vigil.
And he didn't pronounce it Vigil.
How funny.
Yeah, that's California for you. But here it's like Vigil, and you don't want to fuck it up.
Oh, funny.
Because it's rude.
Wow.
You want to say Vigil.
Right.
So you're adjusting, you're like, and then you're like, okay, it's Vigil, and
yeah. Right. So now we've adjusted ourselves to the point where when we see Vigil, we automatically read it and speak it as Vigil.
Hunter the Vigil.
And so we've been making jokes about how it's Hunter the Vigil. Anyway.
Which is funny because in San Francisco, remember we lived off of Arguello Street.
Arguello, yeah.
But you technically pronounce it Arguello.
But if you told someone...
But if you said I live on Arguello Street, they'd just look at you sideways.
What is that? Where is that? And you go, Arguello. They're like, oh, right, okay. Anyway.
That's exactly how all San Franciscans sound.
Right. Okay.
No.
All right,
So Hunter the Vigil is what we're going to be using.
Yes. So,
man. You know what? Here's
okay.
Just one thing I'm going to say, because you all know how much I love character creation. This is driving me nuts. Like the fact that I have to go through this second character creation.
Yep.
It's not exciting.
I'm sure you're loving it, yeah. Anyway, well, I'm going to try and spice it up as much as I can. So,
you better do a little dance for me. Get me into it.
I'm doing one right now.
Shake those hips.
So, right. So this is the new World of Darkness system, which our group has dipped our toes into before, with the inimitable Mr. Schimpf running his World of Darkness mini chronicle and one shots here and there.
Yeah, like when we played those kids.
We played the kids on a Halloween episode, and then
he created that town, and oh god, why is
his name is escaping me?
Well, it just shows that he needs to run more things.
That's right. Well, it's been like 3 years since he ran it. I blame him.
I blame him entirely.
Santa Carla, was that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
No, that's Lost Boys.
Oh shit.
It was something similar. It was a C, and he's yelling at us right now, probably because he's listening to this. But he needs to run more things.
Yo, sons of bitches.
My creation. But I think
Is it real? All right,
but I think he needs to run more things.
Yeah. Here, I have my computer right here.
No, it's okay. So we're moving on. Come on, because I can't.
Anyway,
I'm going to turn into a pumpkin soon.
Okay, all right. What I was going to say was that those games were run under the New World of Darkness edition, which was published in 2002, 2004, somewhere around there. And so there's probably going to be some parts of it that are familiar to you as we move into it. However, Chronicles of Darkness is almost a new edition unto itself. It's edition 2.5, if you will. And it makes some interesting changes. Basically, they put out an adventure called the God Machine,
right?
Which I was a player in a non-recorded chronicle a couple of years ago. And
who ran that?
Tim.
Oh.
And what was interesting about the God Machine is that it had this huge appendix of rules updates, and people were kind of like, oh, this is nice, I like this. So they're like, okay. So they folded those rules updates into this new edition.
Whoa.
That we're now calling Chronicles of Darkness.
That startled me. Sorry.
Barking about?
Sorry about the loudness.
What is it? You don't like Chronicles of Darkness?
Leave her alone.
All right. Anyway. All right, so there's some rules changes that they folded in. So this will be kind of my first time with this iteration of the rules. Mm-hmm. Okay, because Tim didn't use the rules update when he ran God Machine. Mm-hmm. Okay,
right.
So there's some interesting, almost story game elements to it, some narrativist elements to it. So it'll be interesting to explore and.
How is that different from what we've already been doing?
Well, it kind of mechanizes some of the things we've already been doing.
Okay.
Okay, so I like it.
Cool, I'm excited. Just bring me
too.
that character sheet.
All right.
Let me tear it up.
So here's the character sheet.
Thank you. All right, so here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm already... Chronicle, this is the Demon's Mirror.
Demon's Mirror.
Yeah, okay. I'm just having some thoughts about... I was having thoughts about the mirror and the looking glass and, like, Alice in Wonderland and, like the fact that Amy hasn't gone through that mirror yet. Mm. Where there's, like, this other world.
Yeah.
She's, like... And she's tracking this other world.
Right.
But she hasn't gone through entirely yet, I don't think.
That's almost why this is actually a great point in the Chronicle to be switching over to this sort of canon, I guess you could say, because this is a much more sort of rigorously applied, like you are a hunter, capital H kind of thing, So, like, her indoctrination into this world will, fit our transfer over into this sort of setting,
Okay.
All right, so so one of the first things
profession, student.
Oh, no, leave that blank. I want to talk about it with you. Don't get ahead of yourself. Everything's new. So we gotta be very deliberate about it.
I know, but okay, I can start filling in dots, can't I?
Nope. Nope. I want to just go very deliberately with you. Okay.
All right. Excuse my impatience, but this is my least favorite part of playing.
All right. Well, pay attention because there's stuff in here about the new rules and how they work. So,
which you're gonna have to repeat about 50 times before I get it. So I'm just
better to start sooner than later. All right. So.
All right.
So the first difference, which I have given you a heads up on, is the fact that there's no longer nature and demeanor. There is a virtue and a vice. And
so we talked about this slightly. Do I have to do that?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
All right. So read through the ones. So Vice, we did Rage, right?
Okay. You want to do Rage for Vice? Mm-hmm. Okay. What's her nature?
Idealist.
So that is actually perfectly fine virtue. That
really?
is a perfectly fine virtue. Okay. Absolutely. And as I said before, virtue and vice are both ways that you can regain willpower. With the vice, you only get 1 point back when you give into it. With the virtue, you get all your points back. But, it has to be in a situation where it's kind of inconvenient for you to be an idealist, for example.
Wait, what do you mean? Repeat?
Okay. So using your vice, giving into your vice, rage, you can actually get like 1 point of willpower
That's
back.
right. Okay, you've already said that.
Mm-hmm. But with your virtue,
I can get all of it back.
You get all of it back, but it has to come at some sort of cost. Like, you can't just be like...
It's hard for me.
You can't just be like, I'm being an idealist right now.
No, right.
Right?
Okay.
It's like, I have to say something in this room full of people who feel differently from me, but I have to say something.
Well, like when Aaron was like at the rant and he was like, we should break the masquerade. This is why.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm seeing this vision of us taking over everything. Like, screw the mortals and blah, blah, blah.
Right. When
it was really kind of, everyone was just like, this crackpot. Like...
Exactly.
Right? And so he was playing into his visionariness.
Yes.
And it was difficult.
It was
at the cost of his status.
That would have absolutely been a full willpower refresh.
Wow, you really humiliated yourself there, jackass.
Well done. And then also your vice can give you dice pool penalties in certain situations. So.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, so then we've got aspirations. So the recommendations is that you have 3. aspirations. So if you go to your old goals sheet and pick out 3, the idea is you should have at least one that you feel like you can accomplish in the next session.
Old goals sheet?
Well, you were keeping goals, right?
I keep it in my notes.
Okay, whatever. Wherever you wrote it down.
Okay, so for story 1, solve Don's murder. That's a long-term aspiration.
That is a long-term aspiration, yeah.
But that's a top one.
Sure.
I could find out who killed her, but then vengeance is a whole...
Yes.
Don't you think?
Quite.
I mean, you could solve it and go, oh, it was Aaron Evans. And then go, what do I have to do to bring him down? I'm not saying that she wants to, she doesn't know that yet she has the power to possibly wreak vengeance.
Well, also, like, when you say solve Don's murder, then once you do that, you can then change that to avenge Don's murder, right? So, like,
and then I have avenge Don's death.
Okay, well, see, yeah, but that's something you can change it to, so you don't necessarily have to put it on right now.
I want to keep it in mind because
all right.
If it's not in front of me, I will forget.
All right, well, then your third one should be one that you can accomplish in your next session that you feel that that's possible.
Find out about the mirror.
Okay.
Don't you think? Or you're like, that's not going to happen.
Well, it is feasible.
I want to get all A's about the mirror. So that section of my character sheet is going to get wrecked.
It is.
And I put it under conditions. Good job, Desiree. Just the beginning.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'll pause the recording while you write that back in.
No, you can talk to me while I'm doing it.
Oh, well, I want your full attention while I'm talking to you. Plus, I have to ask you some questions, so. Okay. We are back.
All right.
So, another thing. Sorry. Another thing I like about that's your jacket.
What? What else would it be?
I don't know, my pants. Anyway, another thing I really like about the Chronicles of Darkness setting is that it has, instead of humanity, it has integrity. So it's like the integrity of your psyche, how integral your psyche is. And so this actually opens the door to... Integrity. This actually opens the door. It works very similar to humanity. It's a 10-point scale. Mm-hmm. You can go up and down it. The lower you are, the less sort of together you are, the less human you are. Mm-hmm. But it opens the door to sort of like psychic shock and psychic damage and mental degradation from doing like violent acts and that kind of thing.
Like electrocuting twins.
Like electrocuting old women on a metal floor. Exactly. So what we need to determine then are your breaking points.
Okay.
So basically it says here, a breaking point can fall into one of the following categories. The character performs an action that either violates his personal moral code or that is considered unacceptable in society. The character witnesses something traumatic, terrifying, or that rattles his understanding of the world. So it's not even something necessarily that you do. You could just see something and be like, or the character is the victim of a supernatural attack, whether physical, emotional, or mental. Okay. So breaking points are subjective. So what we need to do for both of us to help us understand where your breaking points are at, so that I can be like, that sounds like a breaking point to me, or you can be like, I think this might be a breaking point, is we're going to ask these questions of you. Okay.
Where do I document this? There's nowhere on this character sheet.
Yeah, no, it's not really formalized. It's just these are just questions to ask.
But wouldn't I want to know when the breaking point is? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Reset button.
I mean, yeah,
What?
You were asking about like, shouldn't I write these down? I don't know. I mean, you could write it down in your notebook, I guess. But let's just go through it, and then you can see.
I just feel like if there's like a character sheet, then like why wouldn't?
Because this isn't really a formal part of your character. It's just something to keep in your mind.
Then who keeps this in their mind? Who can keep this in their mind? Is my question.
Oh, please.
There's so much going on.
You've established so much about Aaron, and you constantly bring it up and remind me about it. And stuff that you've never written down. It's all oral tradition, so don't worry about it.
I'm worried.
All right, let's just go through these questions. You ready?
All right.
Okay. What is the worst thing your character has ever done? This doesn't have to be anything dastardly. What's important here is to consider something your character did that made him hate himself. The superlative worst is something that the character would apply.
Worst thing I've ever done?
Yep.
I mean, it was probably nothing too crazy. I'm thinking it was probably like just something with Ken.
Yeah,
like her
did you
brother.
try to mail him away or something?
No, I probably like did something where I broke something.
Oh.
And I blamed it on Ken. But he was old enough to be traumatized by the fact that my parents did not believe him at all.
Ooh.
You know?
Right.
Like, I didn't do it. And they're like, you, Amy, you know.
You totally framed him.
I totally framed him.
Yeah.
To this day, they still don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It had to have been something very valuable to the family, something that is irreplaceable.
An antique or something.
That I broke.
Yeah.
And I totally framed Ken.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is pretty bad. He was like 7. So that means I was like 13.
Oh, jeez. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, because I was born in 69, he was born in 77.
Okay. Yeah, that's, that's 8 years difference.
Yeah.
So you were like 15.
Yeah. I'm an evil...
That's terrible.
Evil big sister. So that was the worst thing I did.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, but in the scheme of things, not that bad.
Okay. Now, what is the worst thing your character can imagine herself doing?
Me actually doing?
Yes.
Me actually doing something?
Yes.
Well,
what can your character reasonably see herself doing, but still know that it would be wrong? Can your character imagine killing someone in self-defense, torturing someone for information?
Yeah. No.
How about robbing a store with a gun?
So based on the fact that her father's a defense attorney, and he wouldn't talk about his cases a lot, but enough where it's like there's a lot of bad people in the world.
Just every once in a while it would spill out. Because he'd kind of have to like unburden himself.
Yeah. So
I once had this case where.
Yeah, exactly. And then but then it's mostly to tell me and Ken like anybody could do anything. Like you could be capable of it, and you don't realize what you're able to do. So I think he has that perspective, and wanted to impart that to the kids that you might think you are a good person, or not a good person, but you might think you're incapable of doing something that you might think is like, oh, everybody thinks that's bad.
Right.
But you're more capable of it than you realize.
Right.
So just be aware of that fact. Like, you are no better than someone who's in that, sitting next to me and I'm defending them in court.
Right.
Like, you're not better than them. Sometimes you are, but most of the time, no. Like, you could be capable of that. So I think Amy had a lot of different thought experiments of like, I bet I could kill some. Like, if that's true.
Yeah.
Not that it's right to do.
Right.
But that if you were in a situation where, because he defended people who, killed people in self-defense and stuff like that. So she's like, I could probably kill someone. It wasn't that far of a reality.
Right.
Even though she'd never witnessed or, but she just thought about, like, what if the same thing happened to me that happened to that person that my father was defending? Like, like, I'm glad he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but torture, that's going to come up. She's going to have to torture some fuckers up because of stupid assholes. Meaning vampires. They're not going to respond to the usual ration. They respond to the body, not to necessarily logic. That's her mindset.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So probably torture.
Oh, yeah? She could see herself torturing somebody?
Oh, no, she couldn't.
Oh, right. That would be a breaking point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Wait, did I answer the question?
Yes, you did. Okay. What is the worst thing your character can imagine someone else doing?
Oh, girl. She could picture anything.
What tops your character's list? Serial murder, rape, torture, spree killing? If your character is extremely sheltered and misanthropic, he might have a skewed view here. He might hang on to some lofty cerebral notion of dishonor or betrayal as the needier of human behavior.
No, it's...
I think the worst thing someone can do is not be true to their own self.
Shut the fuck up. You've never experienced life, have you?
Not as such, no.
So based on her dad's situation, and as she's gotten older, he's revealed certain things, not entirely, but so she definitely has a pretty, humans are incapable of much destruction, much chaos. Wait, what was the question again?
What's the worst thing you can imagine someone else doing?
At this point, I would say it would have to be serial killing.
Serial killing. Okay.
And torture.
Okay. All right.
Like killing people on purpose.
Yeah. And in a gratuitous fashion.
Yep.
What has your character forgotten? In the Chronicles of Darkness, it's next to impossible to grow up without any exposure to the supernatural. Decide what your character saw and forgot. Did she see a vampire take the form of smoke and vanish? A man turn into a wolf? Maybe she caught a glimpse of an impossible nightmare escape through a door that should never have been propped open. Describe this scene in as much detail as you can. This is a breaking point that already occurred, but it helps set a benchmark for what your character would have to see in order to experience one now.
Experience what one?
A breaking point.
Okay, so I'm gonna say one time, Gigi worked her skills. They were, I don't know if it's too on the nose, but what were you gonna do right there?
Nothing.
Gigi worked her skills either through communication with that weird vampire eater demon thing in Little Tokyo, or like there was an actual vampire they were encountering, they were together late at night or somewhere, and Gigi was bringing her or waiting for a ride or something. They were both waiting for a ride. Like maybe Gigi had a regular dinner date with some friends in Little Tokyo, with her, her friends. And so it was late at night, and so what would happen is Amy's parents would drop them off at this person's apartment or house. And they would hang out, have dinner, talk, play games, whatever.
Okay.
And then at the end of the night, then the parents would come and pick up Gigi and Amy. And Amy was only 5.
Yeah.
So Gigi wasn't that old. And so something happened. Something happened while they were downtown waiting for the ride.
Okay.
And they're used to waiting outside, so it wasn't a big deal. And something happened. Either something crossed their paths and Gigi did something to make that person's or that that kindred's life hell, or she summoned something to get something out of the way.
Let me ask you a question, because I'm going to have a couple of questions for you as we go along here in terms of world building, I guess you could call it. So this is the first one.
Was that a good enough thing? Or
I like it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I want to ask you is, do you want this chronicle to be more or less exclusively vampire-centric?
I would say...
Because in Hunter, it's they're hunters of...
Supernatural.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, I mean, it can be werewolves, it can be mages, it can be changelings, it can be demons.
Well, ghosts, like
Ghosts.
because I think she's gonna encounter Dawn's ghost.
Yeah.
So
Mummies. They can be
fact,
mummy hunter.
it
So
might be an issue if Dawn's ghost is defending Eren from Amy.
Right. So, yeah.
It's like a YA supernatural romance hater right there. There has to be a series already of that. If not, I'm copywriting it right now.
That's right.
So
TM and C circle. So
but anyway, so no, I think at first it's going to be like scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So first it's vampires. There may be allusions to
you're willing for
Yes,
other beings to enter into this.
Absolutely.
So if I may inject some
Go for it.
flavor of my own.
Well, you have Gigi.
Right, exactly. So I think someone tried to take you when you were about 5. And Gigi fended them off.
Oh, why would they take me? Because I'm special? Or just because...
Who knows?
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've forgotten.
Yeah. All right, good.
Oh, that's really good.
Thank you.
That's better than mine.
Oh, no, yours gave me that idea. So I'm just building off yours. All right.
Slam uncreative ass.
No creativity, have an ass.
There you see, I can't even do that right.
Oh, my God. All right. So, last question.
Okay.
What is the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to your character?
Oh, well.
So your character might have been mugged, beaten as a child in a serious car accident, been kidnapped by a parent during a divorce, survived a life-threatening disease, attempted suicide, been attacked by a supernatural or natural creature, or any number of other traumatic experiences. The goal here, again, isn't to create a traumatized character, it's to set a bar.
Well, I mean, I think the double whammy of Gigi and Dawn... Her best friend was brutally
I think
murdered.
we've established that, yeah.
Gigi passed away unexpectedly.
So loss. Loss is the most traumatic thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like it. Okay.
Because can you imagine if she lost somebody else in her family?
Oh, yeah, no.
Their friend, that whatever friends are...
Be too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Breaking point.
Breaking point. All right, so very good. All right, so those are things to keep in mind. Just as a quick review. So the worst thing your character's ever done is frame your brother.
Is that bad?
No. The worst thing you can imagine yourself doing, killing in self-defense.
I'm not writing these down.
No, that's fine.
But...
No, that's fine. I thought you were, so that's why I was pausing. But it's okay. You don't have to write them.
Now I'm freaking out, man. I should have written these down. Okay, first thing was framing Ken.
Framing Ken.
I just want these as reference points.
Okay, all right, fine.
BP, haha, blood pool. Okay, framing Ken.
Yeah.
Killing in self-defense.
So killing in self-defense.
Okay.
Worst thing you can imagine someone else doing.
Serial torture.
Torture and murder. Mm-hmm.
Okay, torture.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Murder.
What is your character?
What do you mean?
What has your character forgotten? A creepy kidnapping attempt that Gigi prevented.
Kidnap.
No, I'm just thinking it's like, in the world of darkness, torturing and murdering somebody is a tender mercy. And then
I'm glad you're enjoying that.
Most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you, losing your best friend and your grandmother within a month of each other.
Okay.
All right. Now,
got those going on.
Great. Now, things are going to accelerate here, so don't worry. Attributes. All right. So the reason why I didn't want you to start filling in dots, because I just want you to be mindful and look at these attributes and skills.
Yeah, pause it right now. And we're back. So anyway. God. All right.
So basically, I just want to go through these with you so that you're just kind of aware of the changes, because there's some subtle changes, but you can fill your dots in, pretty much as is.
Wait, at the very beginning of this, I'm like, I'll just start filling my dots in. You're like, no.
But that's what I'm telling you, is I didn't want you to start blindly filling in dots.
Well, that's what I'm going to do right now.
No. All right, so under your
power, finesse, resistance. What's that?
Wait, what?
Power, finesse, resistance. Power is intelligence, strength, presence. Finesse, wits, dexterity, manipulation. Resistance, resolve, stamina, composure.
Oh yeah. So basically, what that's saying is it's breaking those down into horizontal or lateral categories,
as opposed to physical, social, mental.
Those still exist. So you have you have mental power,
I got it.
physical power, and social power. You have mental resistance, physical resistance, and social resistance. You see.
But there's no perception anymore.
So mental, you have intelligence, wits, and resolve. Now, before you had intelligence, wits, and what?
Perception.
Perception, right. So as long as the number of dots remains the same, then that's fine.
Are you serious? Mm-hmm. Well, then I was right. You were telling me don't fill it out.
Right, because I just wanted you to be aware of the differences.
I'm a terrible person because I just argue for no good reason, so I apologize.
Oh, I'm so glad I got that on recording. All right, so... You argue for no good reason. Let the record show. Anyway, so...
Thanks for rubbing it in. Oh, there's no more appearance?
I'm gracious in victory. Yes, the appearance is now a merit.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. You automatically write it in under merits. All right, so...
I don't know. What the fuck? Why are you calling me out? There's no charisma. Mm-mm. Is charisma also a merit?
I think presence is your new charisma.
Presence is the new charisma?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it even says here, presence is a character's raw charisma, assertiveness, and ability to command.
Okay, so my strength is 2, dex is 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And stamina is 4. Mm-hmm. But then I have those other 2. I have the tough as nails.
Right, so there's
that is not anymore.
No longer.
I like those. But maybe I'll write those down as just phrases.
Sure.
That'll help me understand who she is. Mm-hmm. Tough as nails. And then lightning reflexes.
There are still skill specialties, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Edie, you chill out. Intelligence.
She's on edge.
She is on edge. She's waiting for Santa Claus.
C-L-A-W-S?
No, that...
No. I guess that would be Santa Paws, really. Alright, so...
Resolve.
Alright, so Resolve Carpet Cleaner represents your character's patience...
I have no resolve. Desiree has no resolve.
Patience, concentration, and determination. Actually, you're very determined, so...
Yeah, well...
A high resolve allows a character to focus despite distractions or discouragement.
Yeah, you're constantly distracting me with horrible puns.
Exactly.
I have to maintain my resolve. So what is it? How much can I spend?
Well, how many dots do you have in perception?
2.
So 2. Dots have to remain the same.
Composure is wits?
No, we still have wits.
What's composure then?
Composure is a character's ability to keep control of their emotions and resist others' manipulations.
So what is that?
It represents poise, dignity, and the ability to keep a level head.
So what is it? What does it equate to?
Perception is often used. Wits plus composure is your perception roll.
I feel like I've already used perception in it, but oh well. All right.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Wait, are you shortchanging yourself?
No. Intelligence
You have
is 2. Wits
4.
is 2.
Yeah.
Resolve was what?
Well, yeah, no, mental is fine, but under social you have 2, 2, 4.
Charisma, manipulation, appearance. You said app is not part of this anymore.
Right, but you have to keep the same amount of dots, or else
So
you're
I have to
shortchanging
choose.
yourself.
So I have to use presence, manipulation, or composure. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mentioned it a couple times. So I would recommend 4 dots in composure.
All right. Okay.
All right. So skills. So it's kind of the same in that they're broken down into 3 categories, as you can see. mental, physical, and social.
There's no more alertness. Those are all merits now?
No, it's just different system. Things work a little differently.
There's no awareness or...
There's no, yeah. So perception, so one of the things in this new system is that you'll have attribute combo rolls instead of it always being an attribute plus a skill. So for example, if you're rolling for perception, that's wits plus composure. That's 2 attributes. You're not really rolling a skill, you know.
All right.
So
do the dots still translate?
Well, the dots translate insofar as the skills are the same. If you have a skill that's no longer on the list, then we can all right, talk about it.
Well, then I have to use them for other things, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
So what do you got there? 2 dots in
athletics.
Athletics, okay.
Brawl has 2.
Okay.
Drive is 2. Firearms, nothing. Larceny, nothing. Stealth is 2.
The default rolls are very forgiving. You can see there it says like -1 for unskilled. That means you just lose 1 die off your pool, so it's not too bad.
Okay, I'm going to say melee is weaponry, right?
Yes.
So that's 2.
Okay.
Survival is 2. Okay. Crafts 1. Okay, computer is 1. Investigation is 2. Medicine 0. Occult 1. Okay. There's no technology on this?
You have a technology skill?
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm just noticing the differences between the 2 character sheets. That's all.
Yeah.
What about... Okay, so... Empathy. Nope.
Expression is kind of the new empathy.
Intimidation. 1.
Oh no, empathy's in here. Oh, you just don't have any dots in it.
No.
I got you.
Persuasion. No. Socialize. Okay, that's all new stuff. So streetwise and subterfuge. Okay. So...
Ah, you're pretty streetwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have some leftover dots.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, 2 in alertness, 3 in awareness,
Yeah.
and 1 in etiquette.
Etiquette, interesting. Okay. I would move the dot in etiquette to socialize.
Okay. So that's 1. So then I have alertness and awareness, a combination of 5.
Right. Those are mental.
Those are just talents.
Which are normally, yeah, okay. Physical, I guess, huh?
No.
They're under your physical, or well, like what else is in talents?
Awareness, brawl,
Yeah.
empathy,
Yeah.
expression,
Okay.
leadership.
Interesting. So it's less.
It's more
broken
social.
out. Yeah. Right.
Alertness and awareness.
Interesting. Okay. So I say you can move those dots anywhere you want.
Persuasion?
Yeah. I was
What does
thinking.
persuasion do?
Use influence, charm, and careful arguments. Change minds and influence behavior.
No, that's not really alertness and awareness.
Well,
Can I use those dots for... No, I have to use the dots in here, you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just divvy them up then.
Yeah, exactly. Just consider it 5 free dots that you can put anywhere you
All
want.
right. Well, I don't want to make myself so crazy.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to mention.
1
Is
in
actually
empathy, 1 in expression, 1 in persuasion.
okay.
I have 2 more, so I'll put 1 more in intimidation
Okay.
and 1 more in I guess I'll put 1 in larceny. No.
Well, actually, yeah.
Why?
Breaking and entering.
Oh, yeah. 1 in larceny. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, what's interesting is that I don't know if this is a different scale. It seems like it is. Like 2 dots is considered actually professional level. You know, so you're actually pretty capable.
Yeah. Yeah, with
like,
investigation, we justified that because of her, of her uncle and her dad.
Yeah.
Like, they've given her a lot of different little things and have, taught her things throughout the years.
But even something like having 2 dots in drive, like it says here, character at this level could easily work as a truck driver or cabbie. She is driven in just about every type of condition at one time or another. So, I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I just want to point out that, like, having 2 dots in this system is actually pretty damn capable. So. Okay. So it's good.
Well, hopefully I have the right amount of dots.
I think you do. I think more than 2 would be like, but like 2 dots is perfectly fine.
Okay.
So, all right. So then we've got merits. Oh, merits. All right. So basically, let's see here. Oh, actually, one other thing with the skills. So you get 3 specialties automatically with skills. So basically what a specialty does for you is if you're doing something that falls, that you're rolling a skill and it falls within your specialty, you gain an extra dice to your pool.
Okay, how do I mark it as in my...
You could, Why
are there check boxes next to these on the character sheet?
I'm not
Do I get to check those?
No, I don't. I think they were just trying to be stylish.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Again, another disappointing character sheet.
Oh, God.
I don't care for this.
Okay. All right, so...
I don't care for this. I don't like it.
Where you can mark them, I mean, yeah, some of those skills don't give you a whole lot of room to write, unfortunately. But I would try and write it in that little blank next to the skill.
I get to pick 3 skilled skills.
Pick 3 skills that have specialties. So for example, under crafts, for example, like you don't have to have a minimum rating. So you have 1 dot in crafts, right? But like they have sample specialties here: automotive, carpentry, jury rigging, sculpting, or welding. So like if you took a specialty in jury rigging, for example, then you could add a dice to your pool and roll 2 dice for crafts if you're trying to jury rig something, Investigation, sample specialties, crime scenes, cryptography, dreams, forensic accounting, riddles.
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
So I will put I'll just mark it with an X.
Well, you have to write the specialty though, because you have to know.
What is the specialty called?
It's for you to determine. I just read off some sample specialties, but you have to
pick one
determine.
Of those?
Yeah.
All right.
So no, you don't have to pick one of those. Those are samples. So it's up to you to decide what you want your specialty to be. They give you some samples here to give you an idea of what those specialties may be, and you're free to pick any of them. Okay. Crime scenes, cryptography, dreams, forensic accounting, riddles.
I would say based on the experiences, I think it would be like forensics.
Sure.
Like what happened to a body. Like I'm sure her uncle would tell her.
Yeah.
When she was old enough and asking questions like, well, if somebody dies in this way, it's really bad. Or if you, like, this is a better way to die. So, or if you got injured, then this is what you could do.
Right.
Okay, forensics.
All right.
I can't read that, but I put it down anyway. All right, so then what about for survival?
Alrighty. Let's see. Survival. There we are. Sample specialties: foraging, hunting, navigation, shelter, weather.
That's it?
There's just samples.
No, but I mean, those are the only ideas they have.
They usually have about 5, so yes.
Survival.
Freakinism?
What about... Is that one of them?
No, just popped in my head.
What about stealth, then?
Okay. Crowds, hiding, moving quietly, shadowing,
there we go. Stakeout, moving quietly.
Moving quietly. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, these are cool. I know I was being crappy. I'm always resistant to new things because I'm a jerk. So, all right.
Classic Earth sign.
No. And then intimidation.
All right, intimidation. Okay. Direct threats, interrogation, murderous stare, torture.
That's speaking to me.
Torture or veiled threats.
Veiled threats. Intimidation.
Yeah, murderous stare. That's kind of hilarious.
I think because she's, you know.
What are you changing?
I'm just changing.
Just like a little note. A little note to myself.
What the fuck? Why are you being so mean? Did I sound like that?
No.
Okay. I hope not. Intimidation, I would say. So what are the other things? Murder, stare.
Direct threats, veiled threats, interrogation, torture.
So direct threats is like, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm gonna chop off your head and use your brains to paint my boat.
Where's that from?
That's from The Simpsons when Bart makes a phone call and Moe's.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna. All right.
Listen, you. If I ever find you, I'm gonna cut off your head and use your brains to paint my boat.
All right. Intimidation. Oh no. Intimidation. I just think intimidation would be important for her.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm pretty good at coming up with threats off the cuff. What do you think?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
okay with it.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want it to be like I have it and then I don't end up using it. You know?
Sure.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. You can come up with threats for sure.
Okay. Direct threat though is like saying it, right?
Well, I mean, a veiled threat would just be like, nice car. Shame if anything happened to it.
And the person would be like, oh,
and then they soil themselves.
All right, we got through it.
Great. We did it.
Now what?
We did it.
Health or willpower? Willpower?
Zip it. Zip it.
Why is this so hard for me?
I don't know. Because most people I know, including myself, love making characters, so...
I mean, I like the idea of...
Thou art a weirdo.
I love the idea.
You like the concept of it. You just don't like the execution.
Because I think of the character and I have them fully,
Yeah.
I already have them. And this is like quantifying it.
Which to me is very exciting. I love that. That was one of the things that attracted me to gaming in the first place, is because I had a very active
imagination.
I had a very active imagination, but I was frustrated because it was so ephemeral. So being able to like put it down on a sheet of paper with numbers, I love that.
It helped.
Yeah, it was great.
See, for me, I'm just like, ugh, I already know this character. I know what she's like. I know what she would do.
You can't prove it until you have a character sheet.
Okay.
Anyway, how many dots do you have in merits on your old sheet? Come on now. I believe in you.
Don't be rude. 2, I guess?
Really?
Ambidextrous and language, Japanese.
Oh, Jesus. But you have some like Numina as well, right?
I have Numina and other traits.
Which is how many dots?
2 or 1. 1 in Chao Chen and then 1 of Chao Feng.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I'm a noob.
We're gonna do a little differently here. So in the Chronicles of Darkness.
And then I have flaws.
Right. So in the Chronicles of Darkness, first of all, there are no flaws. Secondly, however, you get 7 dots in merits. Of course, some of that is going to go into things like appearance, right? So,
I guess.
well, you already wrote it down, so.
Well, I have an eraser.
You can't erase it. All right, so.
I just feel strange because I feel like the flaws help to, and the merits. I mean, I still want to be ambidextrous.
Yep.
And I still want my language.
Of course. So let's.
I have backgrounds. and my numinas, but
Yes.
I have all these flaws that I love. I love my flaws.
I love my flaws. Well, just write them down as notes. As
No, it's not as effective. It's like impatient.
Oh, suddenly you care about quantifying things.
I would throw my water in your face right now if I could, but I
My
can't.
God.
So I have impatient, short fuse, vengeful.
Wait, you, Desiree, or your character?
Yeah, I was gonna say Amy's modeled slightly after me, just like Aaron's modeled slightly after me.
We contain multitudes.
Impatient, short fuse, vengeful, enemy. I have an enemy.
Yep.
And yeah. And focus, physical object to use noumena.
Right. Okay.
So this is frustrating because I like my flaws.
Well, if you think about it, apart from the enemy and the noumena focus, we've established those other things using your vice, using breaking point worksheet, and all that other stuff. So, anyway, just work.
I'm getting used to it. I'm just getting used to it.
Work with me here. Work with me here.
Well, no, I have nothing. We've come this far. I'm not going to just scrap it all. But I'm just like, how do I make this work? So.
Right. All right. So let's focus on the merits right now.
Okay, go.
All right. So you want your ambidextrous.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go ahead and write that in. And that's going to be 3-dot merit.
It's only 1 here. So that's half of my... Okay, go on. Stop whining.
Stop whining.
No, do not do that, please. God, for the love of God. It's serious now. We can't joke about shit like that.
Oh my God. All right. Language.
Language.
Right?
Yes.
Language.
How much is that?
That is just 1 dot.
Okay.
And that gives you speak, read, and write.
Wow, that's pretty cool. If only.
I know, right?
Okay, so that's Japanese.
Oh, I know Japanese.
Okay.
All right.
Appearance, I can pick multiple dots. I've already used 4. Can I put
Right,
just,
you've
like,
already
1
used
dot in
4.
that?
Well, I think it was just 1 dot.
What's Aaron gonna do without charisma and appearance?
Dude, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Here we go. Striking looks. That's what it's called. Striking looks.
Striking looks. Okay.
And that covers good and bad. It says your character is stunning, alarming, commanding, repulsive, threatening, charming, or otherwise worthy of attention.
Okay.
All right, so for 1 dot, your character gets a +1 bonus on any social roles that would be influenced by their looks.
1.
Okay.
She can use 1. Okay. All right.
All right, so that's 5 dots.
You said 7,
Yeah.
right? So I've used 5 so far.
Yep.
So I have 2 more.
You have 2 more. All right, so let's.
What about my numinas?
We'll get into that. So, okay. Because basically, if you remember Chronicles of Darkness, the way it works is like you kind of create your mortal character and then you put the template on top.
The layer.
Yeah. So, okay. So, let's see. Danger sense. That have any interest to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 2-dot merit. So that would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danger sense.
And this actually kind of is like, this
Alertness.
is kind of your awareness and alertness.
Okay.
You gain a +2 modifier, meaning you get to add 2 dice to a wits plus composure roll to detect an impending ambush.
Okay, this is +1 to social. Ambidextrous gives me what?
Ambidextrous. You do not suffer the -2 penalty for using your offhand.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. So, let's see. That's merits. Oh, yeah. There's some interesting. Well, anyway. Oh, yeah. There's like fighting merits. Too many merits. Too many merits. All right. So, lastly.
What do you mean lastly?
In this book. All right, so your willpower is your resolve plus composure.
My composure?
Resolve plus composure.
Resolve plus composure is what?
Willpower.
6. I had 7 in the other system.
So you did.
Okay.
Your integrity starts at 7.
Okay. What does that mean?
It's like your humanity.
No, I know what integrity means, but can you define that for me? Is there a definition for the different versions? Because that's what they had in the old one.
Well, that's what the breaking point thing is about. So your integrity risks going down if you suffer from a breaking point.
Okay.
One thing that's cool, actually, is that you can meditate.
Okay.
A character can improve her chances of resisting a breaking point by meditating. Meditation is an extended action with a pool of composure plus wits. Target successes of 4. After successfully meditating, the character gets a +1 bonus to her next breaking point roll. Once this bonus is used, the character sleeps, it dissipates. So if you just meditate in the morning, every day, then you get a +1 to your chance to resist a breaking point. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
All right. You see a spot for size.
Yeah.
5.
All right. Speed.
Speed is your strength plus your dexterity plus 5.
$11.
Okay.
Defense.
Defense is the lower of your wits or dexterity plus your athletic skill.
Okay. 4. Armor.
Nil.
Initiative modification.
That is your dexterity plus your composure.
Okay. 8. And then beats.
None so far.
Right.
Your health is your size plus your stamina.
Health. Size plus stamina. Size. 9.
So yeah,
Okay.
not everyone has the same number of health boxes now, which is interesting.
Okay.
You don't start suffering penalties to your dice pools though until you get to the third to last, and then it's like -1, -2, -3.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Amy as a mortal. As
What's
immortal.
conditions? That's Vigil.
No, that's the general system. A condition is something that can get laid on you by events in the game. It can be beneficial and it can also be negative.
What are endowments?
We're gonna get there, actually.
Oh, all right.
But
So
yeah,
there's no room for me to put down impatient, short fuse. There's
don't
just
you have
no
a note
flaws.
section? You have
No.
a note section.
It says history, but
history.
that's not really
Personality.
goals, description. Yeah, I'll put it down in the description, but the formatting is not
Okay.
ideal.
All right.
Okay. I mean, I know Edie barks a lot, but she'd be better if she's in here than not. She likes
She's totally conked out now.
Yeah, she likes to be around people. So, just helps her to feel better, even though she's very loud.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. You all ready for this?
I guess so.
Okay, so, all right.
A lot of paper flipping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I have that right here.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna apply your hunter template.
All right.
Okay. All right. So yes, you noted a section for profession. Now, okay. Here's where we get to another question.
What?
Remember, I said I had questions for you, world
Yes.
building wise. Okay. So I've been looking at things. I've been looking at stuff, and yeah, I mean
Things and stuff?
things and stuff, both. And so this is a World of Darkness setting. So there's conspiracies and groups and organizations and all that other stuff, right?
I do.
Well, you could have guessed that, I'm sure. So,
Well, she's a little wary anyway, based on how her family was treated by the United States government.
oh, I mean like hunters though, hunter groups of hunters.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she
Conspiracies
already
of hunters.
is, kind of like,
Yes. What I'm asking you is, how much as a player do you want to be involved in determining those things. Like, for example, with Aaron, you said, I'm going to make him a gangrel, even before Aaron as a character knew what a gangrel was, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, how involved do you want to be in that as a player?
In terms of, well, we've talked about the different sectors that I gave you a couple ideas about the sectors of vampire hunters, where there's like the classy bastards. Remember I told you about the classy bastards who...
The classy bastards. Yes. Those
Remember I talked about Ray Wise being the head of this like classy vampire hunter sector.
And there are classy vampire hunters. Or classy hunters. So don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that.
So you're like, how much should she know about this?
What I'm trying to get at...
Yeah, because I'm not getting the question.
Okay. What I'm trying to get at is that in the course of my readings, looking at the different conspiracies... Mm-hmm. Which is what they're called. Looking at the different conspiracies. Like a is it like a herd of whatever? Like it's like the names of herds versus like a conspiracy of crows or whatever the hell they call it, or ravens. Or... Let me give you an idea.
Okay.
I'll tell you about one that is not on the table.
All right. I'll be like, why isn't that one on the table?
So like there's a conspiracy called the Ascending Ones.
Okay.
The Ascending Ones trace their history and symbology back to both ancient Egypt and Muhammad the Prophet. Muhammad. Like the sacred sun, they see themselves as a cleansing agent that can burn away the monstrous impurities of the world. The Ascending Ones' endowment is elixirs, powerful potions that can bolster their members' bodies and spirits, or bring excruciating agony, addiction, and death to those who oppose them. So in other words, conspiracies determine things that you have access to. Okay, so
bring on all the conspiracies you can get.
Well, so I've seen a couple that fit. They're totally different. So I'm like, I'm torn between, well, I'm asking you, do you even want to be involved in that process, or do you want me to secretly determine it, and then that's part of the story is you discovering this conspiracy that you belong to without realizing it, because obviously Gigi just belonged to a conspiracy. Yeah. Right. So... What if I end up belonging to a totally different one? I mean, that's possible. That's totally possible. Not that I want it to do that, but... Yeah.
What do you think narratively would be better if I really am actively discovering it?
No. I actually think narratively it would be better if you had an active hand in determining it.
Then bring it
yourself.
on.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just know that some players are like, no, I want to find out in gameplay, or whatever. So
no, you have plenty of stuff up your sleeve, so I'm not in any way... The more I know, the better.
Okay.
And as I mean, initially playing Aaron, as I've talked about before, not knowing initially was great. Mm-hmm. But then as I became more obsessed with the setting and with the story and his story, I started to seek out more information, and I learned more, but that did not inhibit my play of, it made it better. Plus, so knowledge is power, is what I'm saying.
Plus, you knew that he was a gangrel. I mean, at the start.
On purpose. Yeah, I made him that way.
Right. It wasn't like, I was being cagey. I'm like, well, you're just going to have to find out what clan you're in. So... Yeah. Which would be...
Which, like the Giovanni Chronicle, I let everybody pick the one they wanted.
Even though we were starting as mortals and all that
it's like, which one do you want? And then the creepy ones pick the creepy ones, and the cool ones pick the...
What? It's creepy or cool? Those are the only two choices?
They're all creepy cool.
Anyway, all right. So, that being said...
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting delirious.
Okay. That being said... there's two conspiracies that I've marked out as being appropriate for your character's background and history and culture and everything else. Okay.
Are the classy bastards going to show up?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, the classy bastards are one of these two conspiracies.
Okay.
So, there's a great Chronicles of Darkness supplement called Dark Eras, which presents a bunch of different historical settings for Chronicles of Darkness.
Okay.
And so one of them is called Fallen Blossoms, and I think you can guess what that's about.
Go.
It's a historical Japanese setting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I very attentively read through that because it talks about these are the conspiracies that are in Japan. right? Because I kind of figured, yes, well, Gigi would be part of this lineage, from the old country.
Yeah, which is why she's like, oh, good, Amy, you're coming of age,
exactly.
So you're ready for this.
Right. So there's two possibilities here.
Why can't you do both?
All right, so you'll see in a second. So it's just...
Are they warring factions?
No. They're just totally different. So it's kind of like what do you want to focus on, basically?
Why does she have to pick?
Because this is how it works.
Okay, go.
All right. It's like saying, why do I have to pick a vampire clan? That's how it works. All right. So the first conspiracy...
But either one would be in the background.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first conspiracy is a non-native conspiracy. All right. But it established a presence in Japan before the foreigners were outlawed, and so there's a small cell that sort of carried on. Okay, and these are the classy bastards, and it actually kind of sounds Japanese, except it's Greek. The name of this conspiracy is Aegis Kaidoru. All right, and basically what they do, so that's Greek for shield and spear. The Aegis Kaidoru searches the world for history's legendary artifacts with which to bolster its numbers in its nigh timeless battle against the forces of darkness. Members of the Aegis Kaidoru have access to some of the world's most powerful and profane relics.
What are they, the old Indiana Joneses?
Well, a little bit. So they're relic collectors. And so I saw the...
This isn't like... No, I'm thinking... Okay, is there like a medical faction, like a Van Helsing faction that's very...
A medical faction?
Like doctors who want to... It's like getting rid of disease.
Not really.
Okay, did I just create something dumb?
No, not at all. I'm just
curious. I don't think there should be. I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of. I just thought of Van Helsing and how he would. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about it. So this is the kind that look after relics that give them powers in order to combat vampires and supernatural creatures.
And so the reason why I looked at that one was A, it has a Japan connection, but B, you have the mirror. So the mirror could be a relic. Yeah.
They're like, oh, you
capital
have this?
R relic.
Yeah.
And
would they want to take it from me, or would they want to...
No, but they would be like, Ray Wise would show up at your door one day and be like, hi. I want to talk to you about this mirror that you have.
Like, haha, get the hell away.
Right,
My father's a lawyer.
I'm going to slap a restraining order on your ass.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's one.
All right. Okay, so the other one is native to Japan. Okay, and it's called the Ototo, or the Oni-blooded. Okay, so this would put a whole other spin on the name of the chronicle, the Demon's Mirror, because you would be the demon.
Why am I the demon? I'm the boy?
The Ototo were born of tainted, inhuman blood. Many years down the line, the people of a small fishing village did the unthinkable. They laid down with monsters. The people of this long-lost village loved and mated with Oni. To those people, Oni were not the red and blue ogres many think of. They were spirits of plague and devastation. The stories tell that the people of this village lusted for the powers these spirits brought and welcomed them into their homes. The children of these ill-fated unions were half monsters themselves. Many remained home. Many went off into the countryside. Some of those were met with scorn, disdain, and death. Some were likewise embraced into communities birthing children of their own. Over the centuries, this blood diluted and filtered out across the islands. Those few who still carry the blood, they are the Ototo.
So that would be me.
Yeah.
I think that could be a part of another chronicle for her. Like, can you pick a conspiracy to... Like a different conspiracy for every...
No, this would be your...
I think I'm having a hard time grasping the fact that the conspiracy isn't like a skin for the chronicle.
All right. Okay. So, okay.
All right. So I'm having a hard time getting that.
Think of a conspiracy as the equivalent of a clan. It's, you decide what conspiracy your character is associated with, and that's it. I mean, you're in. You're initiated. You're
but
part
I
of
gotta
it.
go with the relic. I gotta go with the relic since the Demon's Mirror is what we're doing. But it's not going to be around forever.
Right, exactly. I mean, the mirror is going to be there one way or the other.
No, I just said the exact opposite. I just said the mirror will not be there forever.
No, I mean the mirror is going to be something in your possession one way or the other. It's just how much do you want that to be? Like, is it the Demon's Mirror because it's a relic?
I'm the demon who possesses the mirror.
Or is it? Yes, exactly.
So you don't have. You were just saying you had to change the name, right? But now you're saying we don't have to.
No, I never said that. I never said.
Yeah, you did. You said it might impact the whole trajectory of the campaign of the chronicle or whatever. I could have sworn you said that.
I don't know.
Depending on which one I pick, you said. No. I'm just trying.
I confused the issue, but
you said that this would have an impact on the way that the chronicle would go.
Well, yes, it is going to have an impact.
And it could even change the name of it.
It's not going to change the name. No.
Where did I get that from?
I'm not sure. So the thing with the Ototo is that.
Do you have a feeling either way? It sounds like you have a feeling.
Okay.
And I don't want to bias it because
here's the deal. The Aegis Kaidoru are going to figure into the chronicle one way or the other. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they'll always be around.
The mirror is a relic one way or another. It's just a question of, are you getting your powers from the mirror as a relic, or are you getting your powers from being an Ototo?
Do I have Numina or not?
Numina aren't a thing anymore. Okay. They're called endowments now.
Okay. Do I have endowments or not?
You will, yes.
So if that's the sense, then what's an example of an endowment?
Well, it sort of depends. Now, if it's Aegis Kaidoru, then your endowment is the mirror. You know, right?
It's hard to pick.
Yeah. If it's Ototo, then you get these endowments called Seito Kuken, which are basically your birthright.
Well, based on the genealogy, I guess I should go with, what is it called?
Ototo?
Yeah. Can you spell it for me?
Otodo.
Otodo?
Mm-hmm.
And can you give me like a one-word description, like, would you say, like, to describe it?
Oni-blooded.
Okay. Okay, we'll go with that.
Great.
It sounds like that's the one you wanted.
Honestly, I could have gone either way. I agree with you in that I think this one has a little bit more narrative resonance to your background.
Okay, yeah.
But I also understand that it constitutes, a more extreme deviation from your original concept, I think, right?
How so?
Well, you weren't like, I want to play a character who's, has demon blood,
Well, no, I think there's something about her that she doesn't know, and
yeah.
I think that's one of the main themes is there are things in her that she's not always willing to confront, like her, sexual identity and
Sure, and her rage. That explains where the rage comes from. Yeah. To a great extent.
Rage, yeah.
Rage. Yes. Akira. Right, and so.
Sorry.
So we'll get into your endowments in a bit here, but
oh my goodness,
a short bit. Don't worry, we're almost done.
Because I'm losing steam.
I know. I can see you're turning into a pumpkin. It's okay. But there's some stuff in here that is definitely like
fits.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow's Amy's birthday, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Her birthday's 12/21. Because remember, I timed it with the winter solstice, so that
that's right.
It's the beginning of the day turning the nights turning shorter. Right. It's the first day of.
Very good, very good.
I mean, it's the longest night, right?
Yeah,
but it's the solstice.
Yeah.
So it's the beginning of that turning.
Something to look forward to. Mm-hmm. Cool. I like it. All right. So, all right. So in that case, all right.
Oh my God. All right. Okay.
Check this out.
You don't know where to start because you're so excited.
Well, it's kind of like
gives you direction.
I'm like, okay. So the Ototo, their traditional weapon, okay, is the kanabo, which is an iron club, right?
Oh, well, I had like an axe and I was using those hatchets and things.
Sure. Now.
Okay.
No. That's why you have weaponry. So that's good. You have weaponry. So. An iron club, right? Mm-hmm. Now, professions.
Okay. Could be a blacksmith.
What I was thinking, because I was looking at the list of professions.
Yeah.
And thinking about Amy. Mm-hmm. And you kind of touched on this. It would just require a slight tweak. Mm-hmm. Would be, what if instead, like she was a tennis player, right? Mm-hmm. In your original write-up. Mm-hmm. What if instead of that, softball? aluminum bat. She's proficient with a bat.
Well, I don't think I was like totally married to. I think that I mentioned she, you know, she and Ken were put into many different classes, and tennis was one of them. Softball could be one of them. I mean, every season there was a sport. You know, she was probably taking ice skating lesson. You know, like you name it, she was doing.
Well, yeah, she's got major physical attributes.
She's very athletic. Yeah. So there's a lot of different things that she could do.
I just got this vision of her walloping creatures with a baseball bat.
So I think maybe to compensate for some sport thing in school is that she did join the softball team at the community college. Yeah. And she's going to really close to the mic now. She's going to so I could picture her taking up softball.
Okay, cool. So athlete is a professional.
So she did that in high school. And then she's going to go into community college and just continue to play softball.
Okay. So that's your profession.
I'm a softball player?
No, athlete.
Oh. Like, what the Okay. Athlete.
Yes.
But she's not professional.
No. It doesn't have to be professional.
Okay.
In fact, it even says here high school football star is one example of an athlete, you know.
That's like Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see.
Do they have actors? Do they have like performer or artists?
But artist. Aaron's not a hunter though, so he wouldn't be choosing this.
Not yet. I'm kidding. He'd know. That's the last
crossover campaign, baby.
No, he's. God only knows where he is right now.
Let's see.
He's far away.
Pressure to mean more robust dots. Blah blah blah. Okay, so. Okay, so basically the way professions work is that you have 2 asset skills. You choose one of them, and you get a free specialty in it.
Asset skills?
An asset skill.
Where do those go?
Well, it's just a skill. So in the case of an athlete, it's athletics or medicine. So you would choose athletics or medicine, and you would get a free specialty in that skill.
Well, I think athletics would help me to kill things better.
Yeah.
Right? Or brawl.
Athletics would help you just in a general sense.
I already have 2 in athletics.
Yes, you do.
So if I took up medicine...
But this is a specialty. Do you have any dots in medicine?
No.
No.
Do I have to have already had dots in it?
Yes, you do have to have dots in it to have a specialty.
So it's athletics. What are the athletic specialties?
Well, the examples they give are... acrobatics, basketball, marathon running, rock climbing, throwing. Throwing might actually...
No, I think it would be like being able to wield, like track and field. But you're saying softball?
Well, no. I mean, it could be running. No,
not running. I'm talking about like throwing shit. Like shot put and javelins.
Yeah.
Like being able to throw those things with accuracy.
Sure, or a ball of any sort.
How like throwing knives, like some type of martial arts then?
All you have to do is say throwing, and then that covers everything.
Because I think throwing stakes is going to come in handy.
Right. Yeah, throwing anything. So this is throwing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I get how much?
You just get a specialty, so it's throwing on athletics.
Okay.
All right. So, let's see here. All right. Hey, smell this book. It smells weird. Smell
it. Okay. One of those situations.
Yeah.
Ow.
Doesn't it smell weird?
Just clocked me in the head. What are you smelling?
I don't know. It's just like it's...
Where'd you get it from?
Well, it's a print on demand.
It doesn't. It just smells like paper.
Really?
Paper doesn't smell very good. Not always.
Yeah, it's kind of a sour smell.
If it's not aged paper sometimes smells...
This is also print on demand.
But maybe they printed it before. Maybe this is newly printed versus this other one. Maybe
these arrived at the same time.
It doesn't matter. Maybe they had one in stock and then they were like, oh, just print an extra one.
That could be. All right. So, so we've got your compacts, or I mean your conspiracies rather. So that's going to get you a couple more dots. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. Okay, particularly third tier, how to choose endowments. Okay, so go ahead and under merits, write down endowment.
Wait, am I gonna have to write something else?
No.
Just endowment? Key.
1 dot.
Okay.
Okay. And then what that's gonna do is, let's see here. Okay, so we're going a little off script here, but that's fine. That's my my prerogative as running a duet game. Anyway, so you're gonna have, let's see. All right. You're going to write status.
Where?
Also under merits.
Okay.
And it's the Ototo.
Okay.
And that's 1 dot.
All right.
Okay.
What does that give me?
So that gives you the ability to learn Seito Kuken gifts. Additionally, you gain Unseen Sense Oni, as you can sense your own blood. And you can expect to live approximately 150 years if not killed.
Why did Gigi die?
Why indeed?
Damn it. Maybe, well. Okay.
Okay. Great. All right. So that just leaves one more thing. Let's see here. Okay. So this is basically your Numina.
Where does that go?
As you remember it, it's endowments. Should be a...
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take you through these.
I have to pick. How many can I pick?
Pick 1.
1? Okay. How many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And this
5.
is based on my Ototo.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 7.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so Hanya. Your character intuits the flow of souls and spirits. She sees immaterial spirits and demons as if they were materialized.
Tempting. Okay, go on.
Jabaku. This gift enables the Ototo to control the weak of will as well as demons. It costs 1 willpower point and can be used on any demon or spirit the Ototo can see or knows by name. Also works on human characters suffering the thrall condition. Kaibutsu. Your character can let loose her demonic heritage and let it shape her form. She grows in size and becomes an utter monstrosity with blue or red skin, massive muscles, fangs, and horns.
Oh my god. Okay.
Kenshi. This gift allows your Ototo to craft a ban for a demon or spirit. Your character must see the monster, know its name, or otherwise have a scrap of its form to use Kenshi. It requires an extended action. Rolling integrity. Rolls... yes. Anyway. Specific talisman. Yes. Okay. Kigo. With this gift, your character marks a victim with a burning emblem. Most Ototo have a signature kanji they use for this gift. The emblem sears into the victim. Even once the damage is healed, any Ototo or character able to see auras will see the mark.
Oh, that's cool.
Spend a willpower point and touch the victims.
Damn.
Against vampires and other undead monsters, it causes aggravated damage.
Yeah. All right, I like the first one and this one.
The mark lasts indefinitely until removed. A victim can self-inflict aggravated damage equal to your character's Seito Kuken, which would be 1, in order to remove the brand.
Damn.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
I know, right? Shinigami Buki. With this gift, the Ototo can literally devour souls.
Oh.
This is typically used to exorcise possessing spirits or to destroy demons. However, it can be used against human targets to devastating effect.
What? What? Now I'm thinking about her consuming Dawn's soul that's attached to Aaron.
Oh, shit.
Removing it from him and then branding him with the fucking kanji.
Shonetsu Jigoku. This gift allows the Ototo to bring forth the hell within her veins and wield it as a weapon. It oozes out of her pores like lava and catches fire upon contact with the air around her.
Fire!
She can safely
How can you wield the fire?
She can safely let her body burn with lambent flame, coat a weapon with her fiery blood, or splash the flames across her enemies.
Whoa, that I think might be it.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm so tempted with the soul devouring and also the kanji. Can I develop more endowments over time?
Yes, you can buy more. Also.
Oh man.
Also.
All right.
Where did I see this?
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure I read that you can like meditate and actually yeah, here we go. Seito Kuken is an endowment rated from 1 to 5 dots. Each dot offers an additional gift of your choice. Right? Okay. So far, so good. At any time, the Ototo can meditate for 6 hours to replace a gift with any other. However, this causes her 2 lethal damage per exchange gift as fire burns within her veins. Over time, many Ototo develop intricate burn scars along their vein patterns thanks to this phenomenon.
That's so cool. So like, tonight I need to use the kanji thing. Like meditate, like
fucking shit. Yeah, so in a way you're kind of choosing like what's my go-to? What's my primary?
My go-to has to be the blood fire blood. So what's that called again?
Shonetsu. Shonetsu. New word. Jigoku. J-I-G.
Wait. I already messed it up.
That's right.
Shonetsu. Oh, su. Okay.
Jigoku.
Spell.
J-I-G-O-K-U.
Jigoku. Okay, so I have one. Do I have one in that, or?
It's just what you have. It's what.
But it has like dots next to it here.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you could see.
What?
1 dot. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is fire blood.
Yeah, fire blood.
Damn. I think that's really comes in handy. Wielding fire, basically.
Yeah, so it says spend a point of willpower and roll integrity. So you'd be rolling a 7 dice pool.
Oh shit!
Each success allows.
Wait. I'm trying to get. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay.
Each success allows for 1 attack with the Shonetsu Jigoku fires. The fire acts as a weapon with a damage rating of 1 less than your character's Seitu Koken dots. Well, that's got to be minimum 1.
Yeah.
Used on a weapon, it replaces the weapon's damage rating. It can be thrown at a range of 5, 10, or 15 yards with a dexterity plus athletics roll.
Throwing?
Yeah, you can throw it.
Oh, damn!
And so dexterity plus athletics with the throwing specialty means you're rolling an extra die on that, actually.
So that's 5.
Wow. Wait, how much athletics do you have?
2.
And your dexterity is?
2.
Oh, I thought you had
4. Sorry,
yeah,
I saw a reflection there.
Geez. All right, so that's
6.
7.
7 dice.
It's a 7 dice attack.
Fuck yeah.
You'll be lobbing fireballs.
Oh, you know it.
Oh, okay. All right.
No. But that's cool.
That's it. So you're done.
It's always like that. You know how to end on an up note.
Thank you.
I'm very good at that. Which I appreciate because this process makes me cranky, even though I know it's a necessary evil in order to get things done and to make things better.
Good.
But it still makes me a little cranky.
I know.
So apologies again for cranky-filled character creation.
Well, I'm probably going to post this on Christmas Day, so
you are?
people can listen to it and sip their eggnog and with their pinky fingers
I thought you were going to post it tomorrow.
No, I think just as a little Christmas Day bonus kind of thing.
No, there's no bonus when there hasn't been consistency, so it's not a bonus.
No, just because there's no game on Christmas, so, just something for people to listen to.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Well, happy holidays.
Yes, indeed.
Oh my god. That's like one of your little catchphrases. Mm-hmm. It's funny.
Be good to yourself and each other.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Anyway, any other thoughts before I sign off?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Good to go.
All right.